Today, we honor the life and legacy of Friedrich St.Florian, the visionary design architect of the National World War II Memorial in Washington, D.C. Since its dedication, millions of visitors have gathered here to honor those who served and sacrificed. Friedrich St.Florian gave us a place of remembrance, a place where generations can reflect on the past and draw inspiration for the future.
We are so privileged today to have with us Friedrich St.Florian. He is the designer of the World War II Memorial, selected by the American Battle Monuments Commission following an open design competition. To introduce him, I'm going to read the words of Friends of the National World War II Memorial Chairman Emeritus Ambassador Hayden Williams. Your words, quoting here, "It has been said that the World War II Memorial in many ways reflects the character of its designer, Friedrich St.Florian. He is a quiet man, full of grace and dignity, a man of vision and great talent, artistic in nature, a scholarly man, a student and teacher of architecture. Austrian by birth, having witnessed World War II as a boy, Friedrich is now a long-time American citizen by choice. Believing strongly in the American cause, he had a deep emotional commitment to finding a final design worthy of the event and its sacrifices. Suffice it to say that he achieved that mission."
The gallant struggle to preserve freedom and democracy will never end. The World War II Memorial, while celebrating the victory of that war, will forever be a reminder of the sacrifice, the loss of young lives, which we asked to endure. Allow me on this Memorial Day weekend to conclude with a few lines from Archibald MacLeish's poem, "The Young Dead Soldiers Do Not Speak." And I quote, "They say we were young, we have died, remember us. They say we have done what we could, but until it is finished, it is not done. They say our deaths are not ours, they are yours. They will mean what you make them. They say we leave you our death. Give them their meaning."
Friedrich St.Florian is the design architect of the World War II Memorial. He has a long-standing relationship as a faculty member, dean, and provost at the Rhode Island School of Design. When Hayden Williams spearheaded the design committee competition for the memorial, there were over 400 entries. A blind, impartial jury looked at them, and 6 were selected for further development. In a second stage, Friedrich St.Florian's design concept was selected and then unanimously approved by the American Battle Monuments Commission.
I should mention what was perhaps the defining moment in the development of the design for the memorial the way it is today. At the first meeting before the Commission of Fine Arts, J. Carter Brown questioned some aspects of the original program. He removed the interior spaces and the auditorium. Benjamin Forgy, the architectural critic of the Washington Post at the time, wrote the following morning, and I quote, "A memorial is not a school, it is a shrine. It is not to teach, but to inspire." His definition guided the evolution of the final design. As we revised our design concept, the idea of the field of gold stars, which you see in the back, was born. 4,000 sculpted gold stars were embedded in the Freedom Wall as a reminder of the supreme sacrifice of over 400,000 members of the American Armed Forces during World War II. There were 8 very difficult years of my life, but they were also the most important years of my life. And I cannot help to be nostalgic. Let me just tell you very briefly about the origin of the design. I had returned from Europe in the summer of 18. No, I did. I'm not that old. 1986 or 87 perhaps. And there was this big article in the New York Times about the upcoming competition for the World War II Memorial. And the editor-in-chief at the time, Deborah Deitch was her name, called the site an impossible site. How can you build a major memorial of the magnitude that the World War II Memorial should represent on a site that, number one, is on the Register of Historic sites, and secondly, you can absolutely not interfere with the view between the Lincoln Memorial and the Washington Monument. And I was coming back and I said, this is incredible. Yeah. And so I went to Washington and I looked at the site. And then I had this idea. We made lots of sketches. And I also remember I asked my staff to make drawings. And it was a similar problem. How do you overcome that you cannot block a view? And then I realized that both the Washington Monument and the Lincoln Memorial were built on a gentle, artificial slope, elevated. And we made drawings. And I thought, if I were to lower the level of the Memorial Plaza, I can create an entirely new, different architectural urban situation. And I remember I made one morning in my office a drawing. And when I had finished my drawing, I stood up and I told my staff, I think we have a winning design. And we did. And I am very proud of what we did. And so here we are, 20 years. And somebody here told me 90 million Americans have visited the memorial to date. That is extraordinary. And I'm proud of it.
You should be, Friedrich.
Thank you.
Friedrich St.Florian's vision will endure as long as this memorial stands. Thanks to his vision, the memorial has become more than a structure. It is a living legacy.